Hey, what's good, guys? Alex here, and today we're gonna take a look at the new Saffira Skull Guardian, Silenforce deck that was released like 2 days ago. I personally like all of the new cards. I think each and every one of them is good in its own way. It does something, and I really like the design for the archetype. Generally speaking, it's not overpowered, it's not underpowered. I think it's the good, power level of a deck to be at least rogue and enjoyable at the same time without being filler cards, like we've seen a lot of decks where that just got released and then immediately swept under the rug. And I'm happy that this is not one of them because I actually like the artwork of most of these cards. Starting with the monster lineups, we have 3 Diviner of the Herald and 3 the new card Silenforce Disciple. Now, Disciple is a 1 card combo on its own, and Herald is also a 1 card combo because simply it can get to Disciple by dumping Trias, and Trias will tribute Diviner, and then Diviner, because it was tributed, it can summon a fairy from deck, which is the new Disciple. Saffira, 3 of it. I've seen some people play 2, and I don't understand why this card is really, really good, especially with combination of other cards. Like, yeah, it's not a 1 card combo on its own, but it's a card that you want to draw because it sets you up pretty nicely. And, it's basically a monster and a ritual spell on its own. So it's kind of like a preparation of right? Because it dumps itself to the graveyard with a ritual spell from deck, and it adds you a light or dragon ritual monster, and then you can banish it from the graveyard to perform a ritual summon. So again, it's kind of like a preparation of right in a way. We're playing one of the new level 7 dragon. Honestly, I don't understand why some people are playing more than one. Now, obviously, the deck is still very fresh, so I don't have like the secret code to it or anything, but I've been testing it for like since release basically, and I I just never liked drawing this card. I like to summon it from deck with a trap or search it if I have to, but one is enough. It's all you need. It's a card you want to search. It's not a card you want to draw. We're playing 5 rituals, 2, 2, and 1. And the one I want to talk about here is Iris Pendulum Graph Dragon. This old card is so, so, so good in this deck. So it's basically a light ritual dragon, so it fits, with every single support card here. And it has 2 relevant effects. On field effect, where if your opponent activate a spell card or an effect of spell card, you can negate it, place this card in the pendulum zone, and then if you want, it's an optional effect, you can summon an odd eyes monster from your extra deck. We are playing Vortex Dragon for that because although the negation won't be live because we don't have pendulums in the extra deck, this card on summon, on any special summon, doesn't have to be fusion summon, it can target a face-up attack position monster the opponent controls and return it to the hand. So we can technically get like double disruptions out of Pendulum Graph, and at worst case scenario, it's a level 7, so you contribute it next turn for Ritual Monsters. It's 2500 attack, pretty decent, and yeah. The other relevant effect here is the Pendulum effect, because this card places itself in the pendulum zone, right? So during the end phase, you can add a ritual spell from deck or graveyard to your hand, then return this card to the hand. So during the end phase, you just get a plus for no reason. You get this card back to your hand, you get a ritual spell, so you are set up for next turn. And this is what I like about this deck. The end board doesn't always be gonna be like insane or just unbreakable, but it's enough to survive, and then you have like multiple follow-ups on the crackback, either with the new continuous spell because it can search every single turn, or with something like a pendulum graph or a Saffira in the graveyard, etc. etc. Now, I'm playing all the consistent cards I can have: prosperity, preparation, and pre-preparations. There's no reason to not play them. Obviously, with the new released card, Silent Forcing Barrier, this is also a searcher. And it's also a protector. It can prevent your monsters from being targeted, and that's really strong, honestly. Your Book of Moons or Imperms or anything like that, your opponent can bait your negation easily while this card is on the field. So yeah, we basically playing 12 consistency cards that all do different and similar things at the same time, and this just makes your deck really, really hyper consistent at doing what it do best. And again, this is the thing, like, even if the end board isn't unbreakable strong, but you're always gonna access it and you're always gonna have follow-up for it. 2 of the ritual spell, I think 2 is enough. It's not a card that like you wanna have in your opening hand. It's just you think you wanna search with your search cards and have access to, especially that Saffira also is a ritual spell technically speaking, so you don't need to load up on this card. And there's many, many ways to recycle it, whether it's the trap card or the level 7 main deck dragon. One card of authority. I've seen some people play too, and I respect it. I understand it. It came up to me like once in testing where I needed a second card, so I don't really think it's necessary, especially that I'm only playing 9 hand traps, and honestly, I don't like to cut down on like anything less than 9. I think 9 is the bar that we have to start with if you want to play a competitive deck, even if it's not at a YCS or anything, even at a regional. You still need at least like 9 going second cards in your main deck. Now the extra deck is mainly free. You can play anything you want. I'm gonna play Little Knight because every day gonna play this card. It's good. I'm gonna play the Arise for the Arise Pendulum Graph and some Synchro Summon cards. Now Chaos Angel can be made with Herald because Trias plus Disciple are level 10. Although none of them are tuners, because this card can be made without tuners. Zolkin, there are some times where you can like have Herald on the field, and then the authorities, the trap card can summon Saffira from deck, and there you go, you have Zolkin there. Then you make Crystal Wing, and then you can use Zolkin for a ritual summon because it's a level 12, so it will always fulfill the level requirement. Or you can go Herald plus Disciple, that's a level 7, into Dawn Dragster. Intest is a target for Herald because it's a fairy, going second sometimes you might just need that pop one to bait something or whatever. And the side deck is just, honestly, like we don't know how the format gonna be when this card come out. So just filling it with generic cards. The Bestials are funny because you are playing dragons in your engine, so you can search some of them like Pendulum Graph or the new one, the Silenforce Dragon. So yeah, this is the deck. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the combos. I'm really hyped for this deck. Honestly, I think it's pretty good. It's pretty solid. And we will see how it will shape up. And with that, I hope you have a good day. Peace.